Go Kart Brothers is streamed before a live streaming audience.
What's happening, hot stuff?
Help me, Oprah Winfrey!
And God himself spoke to you and said this.
The hell is a podcast?
What's in this cave down here?
NFS tells people not to go too far in there. It's pretty dangerous.
It seeks to annihilate everything that we hold dear.
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
Vroom vroom.
What up?
What up?
We pulling into the pit crew or out of it?
You always pull out.
They're pulling out, yeah, if you know it. How many baby go-karts out there? Go-karters.
Yep. Go-kart.
So what's up, guys?
E3?
E3 is up.
It's almost over, though, isn't it?
I think it's over right now, officially.
I missed it.
Ends Thursday. Did you not watch much of it?
I honestly did not. Not because I didn't want to, because I always like seeing the reveals of new items and new games, especially the new games part. Because inadvertently watching the new stuff makes me like really like mixed emotions of I want to go play something totally new and different right now. At the same time, there's like sequels and stuff that makes me go, maybe I should go back and replay this or play this for the first time. Different right now.
Yeah, I had that.
But no, cool stuff. How about
Did you watch
Brent?
any of the conferences, either of you?
I watched parts of the Xbox reveal, since that I think was on a Sunday, right? Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, that was Sunday.
I got to see parts of that, like in between cooking. But then nothing else. I saw just pieces of the Nintendo one. I have not seen a second of the Sony one, so couldn't tell you what was in that. So I come very well informed for this podcast.
Yay, it'll be a quick one. I just saw some of the Ubisoft stuff.
Yeah?
That's about it.
Yeah?
I think I saw most of them. The only one I didn't see any of was the PC one, which that always kind of doesn't seem like much. It's really weirded me out when I realized on Saturday that like EA started with our conference then.
Yeah.
It just seems so crazy how early they are. But I think I watched most of all the other ones. And Nintendo, you saw bits and pieces. Like that thing was like 20 minutes long, and then it went to the tree house, which was cool because they played stuff in depth, like Mario and stuff.
ARMS.
Yeah, that's out like today, I think.
What?
Today or tomorrow.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap.
I don't think I'm going to get it, though.
No?
I played the beta, test, punch, whatever, and it seems totally fine and it works, but I don't know how much I'm going to play that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's probably one of those.
Yeah, it seemed to work well. I was surprised, with how well
It's almost as if somebody took like the Wii Sports boxing and said, okay, how can we make this wild?
Or we make it like Punch-Out or something.
Sure.
But I don't know. It might be one of those things that there's not a ton on the Switch, so I may pick it up eventually. But Splatoon's not that far away.
No.
And that'll be a day one purchase for me.
Way more hyped about Splatoon.
Yeah, that looks really, really good. I watched some of they had a tournament on the Treehouse, and I watched some of that. And some stuff I didn't know about, like there's basically a horde mode that you can play co-op with friends.
Sweet.
Which would be cool.
And
I like the single player in the first one, so in Splatoon, yeah. So and I guess they're doing more with the single player this time, which is cool.
Was that Brent?
I was just asking a question. You got answered. I'm all good.
Mm-hmm. And then, so how do we want to tackle this? Games that we're excited about. What?
Yeah, what are you excited about?
I am excited about Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
Which I was already excited about, and I'm one who really liked the first Battlefront. I know it got criticized, rightfully, I guess, for being
the first recent one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I still play that
So
periodically.
what were the criticisms of the first one?
that it didn't have a single player campaign really, and that the multiplayer modes were too thin, or there just wasn't enough there. Which, I guess that criticism has merit, but I still think that game's super fun, and it looks and sounds amazing for Star Wars.
I think for a $60 game, yeah, maybe it needs a single player, but if they would have dropped the game down to like $30, I think just multiplayer is all you need. And I think you could have stood on its own then.
Pretty quickly after launch, like most games now, you could find that game for cheap.
Yeah, I think the problem is it's like once you get off that kind of, first month or two of the game, it almost feels like, well, it's probably dying down. Why I don't want to buy it for $30 and then no one's playing it. So you got to kind of get those people in at the beginning, and then they would still be playing, and then they could sell them stupid skins or something if they.
I will say that I did not buy any of the DLC until about 2-3 months ago, and the season pass was on sale for like $10. And I bought that, and there were still I could get into games no problem. So, and I played it maybe 3-4 days ago, and there were still I could get into games no problem. So,
what's the queue time in there?
If you want to specifically search for modes or maps, you can wait a while. But if you just say, "Hey, I want to play the domination or whatever they call the global conquest or whatever," you're in like 10 seconds.
Okay, so it's almost PUBG fast, almost.
And that's I have it on both PC and Xbox because I bought it on PC originally, and then my son really, really wanted to play it, so we got it on Xbox. And I played it on both recently, and it was super easy to get in.
At the same time? That seems kind of awkward.
Not at the same. Well, he was playing at the same time as me, but I didn't play at the same time. But I think one smart thing that they're doing with this one is they said all DLC is going to be free.
Good.
Yeah, so they're not, because the Rogue One stuff was really cool in the expansion, but that one was one where I had to wait sometimes just because not as many people had it.
That was always my big, and it's the same company, so it equates, but the Battlefield series, whenever, I don't remember at what game they started doing it, if it was at 3 or 4 or what, but when they'd have the game come out, it was fantastic to play online, but then okay, now you can buy this expansion with these 2 or 3 extra maps and all this other shit. Like, that was always the point where it killed the game for me, because I didn't really want to spend the money on that stuff. And then some people did, so it like segmented the audience out, and I always hated that.
Yeah, and that's hopefully something they'll avoid going forward. I don't know how they're going to make money then, if they're going to sell skins or drop boxes or whatever.
That's what they did, and I don't know if they did any expansion stuff beyond that, but in Battlefield 1, they have the crates that you can get, which you can get randomly by playing the game anyways. But if you want them weapon skins faster and stronger, then you can buy crates and open them up. Kind of like everybody's looking at the Overwatch model and going, okay,
even Blizzard.
Even Blizzard is. And look at what they did with Heroes of the Storm, saying, "Well, this really fucking works. People love opening these crates."
Yeah, I'm waiting for that to happen for World of Warcraft. It's going free to play, but you get crates every level.
What?
You can have a pet.
I would go back to World of Warcraft.
I think a lot of people would go play. Like, it's free. Like, oh, now we can hop in with our friends whenever.
I have been on the verge of wanting to go back and check that game out again for a long time now. And I'm always like, okay, like I would probably rather spend the subscription for Final Fantasy 14 than WoW. And I can't even get myself to do it for Final Fantasy 14, so I'm not going to do it for WoW. But if they did that system of, hey, you can play the game for free and there's all this other shit that you can do or get from crates, I would probably check it out. But I don't know how the active player base would take that.
Well, as for a shooter though, I'd much prefer that versus what we were talking about with Battlefield and Battlefront. And so if they're going to do crates for Battlefront 2, I'm totally fine with that. Give me all the modes and maps and everything. The other thing I'm really pumped for, because they showed in, I believe it was EA, they showed a full match, and I knew they were adding heroes from different time frames.
Eras.
But I didn't know how much. I didn't realize how much of that stuff was going to mix together.
Weird, huh?
Yeah, which it was weird, but it looked cool. Like they showed a fight on Naboo,
Mm-hmm.
and it had some heroes that were from not from Phantom Menace.
Right.
And it was also cool to realize that you're going to be playing instead of just humans all the time, you can be the battle droids as the army and stuff like that.
You know what the weirdest thing about it is? It's all canon now.
Oh, sure.
So every match that you play, it's fucking canon.
Pablo Hidalgo is going to go nuts answering questions.
Yep.
But and seeing like even though that's not my favorite movie obviously, but like the Naboo ships look cool in there. Zipping around the map looks cool, and so I can't remember exactly what heroes I saw, but I was kind of surprised either what I was seeing or what I was hearing of just it sounded like there's going to be a lot of heroes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I am really, really pumped for that game.
They did not reveal Jar Jar though.
No.
No.
Well, they got to wait until it's revealed that he's Snoke in episode 8.
Nice.
Probably just be a practice dummy for you to shoot at.
That would be cool.
I'd take that.
Mm-hmm. I want Yoda in there. Oh, that'd be sweet.
I saw him in a picture, so I mean, it could just because he's Star Wars, but seems like him and Ben were in a few pickies.
Yeah, that would be totally because I would love. He was in, I believe, Battlefront 2, the other one.
The old one?
I want to say. Or I remember vividly playing also one of the Jedi Outcasts or Jedi Knight multiplayer mods where someone had modded him in, and it was so janky and fucked up. But I loved it.
If they wanted to just, make a few $1 million, in a couple months, all they need to do is just clone like pubs, but just put Star Wars skin on it. Like everybody jumping out of that, man, people would flip out.
Yeah, like some transport ship or something. Yeah, that would be pretty fucking sweet.
Jetpack down.
Instead of cars, you have like ATs or ATSTs or something like that.
And you're like
whipping around speeder bikes,
clone helmets and crap to throw on, and holy crap. Okay, now I'm jizzing over here. I'm gonna have to stop the show short.
That sounds really, really good.
Okay, sorry.
But yeah, I'm super, super pumped for that game. What about you guys?
Depends on the price.
It's gonna be $60, but the single player campaign sounds pretty beefy, and it sounds like it has promise since it's coming from the Empire side of things.
Yeah, the cutscene stuff that they have shown off so far definitely has me intrigued as to what that story is.
Mm-hmm.
Looks tempting.
And it sounds crazy just how they talk. It spans from after Return of the Jedi all the way up to Force Awakens.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're with the same character, that woman Imperial officer, or if they're going to switch it up. But
should we take bets now on if she has like a turn of alliance by the end of it?
I would take that bet, but only if it's that she has a turn of alliance.
Yeah.
I think so, because she's she's a somewhat famous actress. So yeah, that's probably.
I haven't even checked to see who it was.
She was in. I mean, I know she was in True Blood, and she was in The League.
Yeah.
She was the inspiration of The League for their trophy.
Oh, that's who that is?
Yeah.
She was a Sheba?
Whatever.
Is it Sheba?
Yes. Yeah. She's what Sheba's based off of. Yeah.
Nice.
In the show. So I don't know. I'm pumped. What about any games you guys are pumped for?
You know what? I know that they revealed stuff about Red Dead 2, and that's still like tippy top of my hype game list. I want to bathe in that, but I have not gone and seen what was revealed on it, so I can't talk on it much.
Okay. So because I saw something that said they didn't, so should people be worried?
Oh, did they not?
Did they actually talk about it?
I thought I had heard that they were going to on a podcast, but this is probably like the worst conversation for any listener because I'm just speculating on whether something did or did not happen. And
I don't think they showed anything, but I don't think that's a reason to worry because Rockstar games hardly ever really, unless it's in every once in a while they'll have one of their games in like one of the either Sony or Microsoft press conference. I don't recall them ever really going to E3. They don't usually push their games a lot there.
Yeah.
That game's still probably, I would guess that's 2018 at the earliest. That's probably 2019 if I had to take a bet.
They were saying this year, but then they pushed it to next year. That is one thing that they said like last month.
Okay, well,
I do know that they already pushed it to next year.
Did you like that first one?
Oh fuck yeah.
Fan.
It is. I actually.
I'm bummed I never beat it.
What's that, Brent?
Said I never played it.
Yeah. I still am one of the. I don't know. A lot of people like the Mexico stuff. If they just took that chunk of the game out, I thought it would have been a more concise, better game.
That's when I stopped playing the Mexico stuff, and then I think where my Xbox broke.
Oh,
I lost my save. Yeah.
But no, I started another game, but I have not gotten very far in it. I do want to play through it again.
I would love that to come out on PC.
I know. I know one of the expansions I never played. I'd like to play it. I did play some of the Undead Nightmare years back. So now that I own the game again with all the expansions, I can't wait for Halloween because I want to play that around Halloween time.
That'd be a good one.
It is good.
Mm-hmm.
But no, other than that, I don't know what else I'm super excited about. I'm not buying an Xbox One X.
No, I don't see much of a reason to.
What about a PS4P?
I have one of those.
Oh, Pro?
Yeah. It's like fine.
Oh, do they already have a PS4P?
I thought the PS4 Pro.
That was a joke. How about a PS4 PP then?
I thought you were shortening it, even though it's like the same syllables.
No,
the
PS4 Xbox going to throw an X at the end. PlayStation will throw a P. A little PP.
No, that came out already, and it was like I needed another PS4 anyway, just because I wanted one in the basement and one in the living room because Matt was just really hogging it. So
wrestling,
and I had gotten a 4K TV, so I got one anyway. Got one for that, and it's like it's fine. Doesn't seem that much more impressive.
I do not have one, but I don't see myself upgrading to it or the Xbox One X. I just even with a 4K TV,
$500.
Huh?
$500.
Yeah, $500. Smackers.
Oh, that's how they do.
I mean, it sounds like from what's in it, it's not a ripoff, but I just I don't know. I have to see maybe it running a game on a nice TV with a huge jump.
Right.
And at that point, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna all those Xbox or Microsoft games exclusives are coming to PC with their new initiative.
Yeah.
So why don't I just play it there? Like I have Gears of War 4, and it came, it came PC and Xbox, and I have
both.
Yeah, and I have an Xbox One S, so it kind of upscales to 4K.
Yep.
And so I played it there and played it on my PC, and it still just looks so much better on the PC.
Does it?
Yeah, it still looks muddy and it doesn't look as crisp as on the PC.
That's what I should do. You know what? I actually got that same. No, I got the same deal with Battlefield or Forza Horizon, maybe.
Forza Horizons, you have it on PC then if you have the digital copy.
Do. So I probably have. Yeah, I think I have it on both there. No, yeah, Battlefield 1 I actually bought separately on the PC because I got a deal for like it and Titanfall 2 for like super cheap. Like at the same time, but no, the Forza Horizon 3 I do have on the PC, but I've never played it on the PC. I just
looks good.
Play it on the Xbox actually.
That's a great game. I want that
sitting in front of the big TV.
Yeah, that's one where I think I'd prefer to play it on the TV, and I want to get that Hot Wheels expansion.
That looks fun.
Yeah, that looks cool. Reminds me of Burnout Paradise a little bit.
Well, are you going to upgrade to the Fallout 4 VR?
I don't know if I want to play that in VR. It just seems so long. Like just the VR games that I've been gravitating to aren't ones I'm sitting and playing for 3 hours at a time.
Did you watch any of the video on that, Jason?
No.
Okay, I was about to say, I'm not sure how that works. Like, is it? I don't know.
I hear it's like it's almost a whole new thing. Like you got to buy the VR edition for the $60 or something, even if you have the first one.
Oh, really? I thought it was that
maybe
sucks.
I heard that wrong. This is a great show tonight.
Yeah.
But I thought I saw people bitching about that and talking about it. I don't really have a horse in the race right now. I don't have VR, so I wasn't really not really a Fallout 4 fan either. So
I'm definitely not playing it then. I'm not buying it. If it's a free addition to the one I already have, then I'll try it out. Yeah, but again, Fallout's one of those games I think I'd rather play with Netflix on the other screen. And I don't know, it's just so long.
Right.
Did you see any of you and Steve? You have a Switch, so it's might be more interested. The Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, what that game is.
The one part of the Nintendo thing I picked up. I did watch the in-game play video. It was not what I was expecting it to be.
No,
at all. Still seems fun.
It seems like I thought it'd be like a Mario Party mini game thing, and it is totally like an XCOM with Mario Rabbids and the Rabbids from Ubisoft.
Right, and there's like strategy involved, and
that looks fucking cool.
Yeah, it does.
Like I went from a game I had no interest in to like maybe the game of the show that I'm most excited about.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say game of the show for me, but it was definitely
our biggest surprise, maybe.
Yeah, way more interesting than I was assuming it was going to be. I actually went in thinking that it was going to be some Splatoon-esque thing, and I was very curious to see what it was because I didn't figure they would do that, given that they have a property that's already doing like the team-based shooter thing. So to see what it was nice. Yeah,
that was a big surprise.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like at least one other Switch game I can look forward to.
The biggest disappointment I just learned today actually was the Beyond Good and Evil 2. That trailer was amazing.
Yeah, it was weird.
But I loved how weird it was.
It was. I played the first one, and
I never played the first one.
And this one looked cool. I was thrown off by how adult it was.
Yes.
Because I don't recall the first one. I recall the first one being a family friendly, kind of dark. I mean, it was dark tone, I guess, but it was like a family friendly Zelda type game, and I was surprised with.
And I actually went in because I had never played the first Beyond Good and Evil, but I got interested by the trailer, so I went back and watched some like gameplay stuff and like the original launch trailer for that game, or not the original. I'm sorry, not the original launch trailer, the HD launch trailer, and it was like totally not the same vibe at all.
No.
But it was like, okay, I know I don't want to go back and play the first game at all. I have no interest in what that had, even though people pine over that thing, and I don't know what the reaction is from people who loved the first one as to what they saw in the second one.
Yeah.
Me personally, never playing the first one, I loved the trailer. Thought it was great. I wanted to see a whole movie of it because I got this very like Fifth Element vibe from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I've seen a lot of people make that.
But the thing that I saw today online was that they haven't really even started making the game yet.
Okay, yeah, I saw. I read some conflicting things. So I heard what's his face from Ubisoft say like we're at day 0.
Right. That was.
But then there were behind the scene events where he was playing it.
Like some version of it.
Yes, and I guess like they said, there's a lot of placeholder graphics, but he played, he demoed it, and people were and there were articles talking about the style of the game and kind of what it is.
So they have some like base working model. This is what we're going for.
Yeah.
just
to kind of get people's opinions on the direction before they really get running at it.
But I mean, that's an old game now, right? I mean, they've been making this for
right, and that's the other thing that threw me off too. They announced, like, they kind of made a big deal. Okay, Beyond Good and Evil 2, is announced, and they announced that thing like 5 years ago, and they showed a cinematic video like 5 years ago.
Right, but that
like Cyberpunk
totally doesn't look like what it was.
Yeah, I mean, so they started over, but yeah, I was kind of thrown off by just how they were acting like this is the first time we've ever mentioned it.
Like, why even come to E3 at that point? Or is it just to try to get some money to keep funding the project, or like it doesn't really make sense?
Well, I did. That was my first thought when I heard those things about like this is day 0, and I thought I heard something like we need help, and I wondered if it was going to be like a Shenmue 3 type of where they're going to ask for crowdfunding.
Here's a Kickstarter. Go help us fund the next 8 years.
And I bet tons of people will probably donate. But
we spent a ton of money getting this video made.
Yeah,
we need to recoup that cost. And
it did look expensive.
That's how Kickstarters happen. It's all about the video.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like, that game looks cool, but it's when I heard that especially, it's like, okay, this game.
It's a couple years away.
It's like future Jason's thing. Like nothing I'll ever in any time soon be able to. It's not realistic it's not like real. So and that game, like they announced it already once and then didn't do anything. So
well, that makes me sad because I was looking for images for the show tonight, and I saw one that was like an E3 stage, and it was a dude on stage. And it was like, 2017 E3, and it had like a bunch of games on there. And Cyberpunk 2077 was one of them. And I was like, what? They're talking about this? So then I started searching, and apparently this was like an image a dude made, weeks before. This is what's going to be at E3 kind of thing. And I was like, still nothing on Cyberpunk.
Well, did you guys hear that someone has supposedly stolen part of that game?
Yep.
Yeah, they stole.
But they said that it wasn't enough to like impede their development.
Well, they basically said it's not the game. Like they got an old version that's not even where they're. It sounds like another Beyond Good and Evil 2. Like that was the old one that we were trying to push.
Because I think they came out and said that if anybody does find this, please don't like look into it because like you could be ruining story parts that we did use, but then most of it's actually not in the game. So
yeah.
But yeah, sad. I'm probably with Brent. I really want Cyberpunk 2077.
I do too.
Man, I watched the old trailer because I thought it was a new trailer, and I was like, man, this is awesome. Like it holds up. It's like 5 years old or something stupid.
That trailer's so good.
Just reminds me of the days playing Cyberpunk and like I'm gonna shoot a dart out of my eye at them.
Yeah, I've never played like the pen and paper.
So good.
But they actually like I haven't actually found anything. I love like the whole cyberpunk setting, and like as far as like media goes, I kind of attribute it like Blade Runner to that same look and feel. And I really want like more movies or books like that, and I need to find some books that are in line with that.
I'm not familiar at all with the pen and paper or anything. Is it kind of like a Shadowrun?
That's what I've always assumed
without
it
the
was.
magic.
Okay.
And it's all cybernetics. You can put points into like your cybernetics, but the more cybernetics you get, the less human you get. So there's kind of like this battle kind of. But it's like cool stuff like shooting darts out of your eye and just anything you can think of that you would have like a cybernetic shotgun in your arm.
Are there different? Are there like dwarves and elves and stuff like in Shadowrun?
No, I believe it's all humans. It's I don't remember any races besides just kind of like your main human-esque people.
Okay.
They're the classes were kind of cool. There was like a rock star. You could use like influence to like get people to do stuff for you, and reporter, and anyway, it's a really fun game. So I'd love to see a PC version and some kind of video game version.
So your Rockstar Cyberman Jason could be Johnny 5 Hustle.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is, but yeah.
Johnny Hustle 5.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Hustle, but the S is a 5. There you go.
That's good.
Johnny
or a dollar and a dollar sign.
And a dollar.
It's both.
Johnny
it's the 5, but with the dollar sign symbols going down.
On an 8-ball.
Fuck yeah.
And then you keep seeing that dude. I forget his name now, so I won't say it. But you know who I'm thinking of that was in that movie, Short Circuit?
Fisher Stevens?
No.
Steve Guttenberg?
Yes.
Okay.
Was that his name in the movie?
Yeah, that's his name in the movie.
Fisher
It's just
Stevens?
like in the Star Wars movies, Jimmy Smits was Jimmy Smits. I'm Senator Jimmy Smits.
So, what about that Assassin's Creed Origins?
It looked
No.
I probably the biggest Assassin's Creed fan here.
Mm-hmm.
It looked eh.
Yeah.
I don't like the setting.
See, and I'm going the opposite way because I've only played one Assassin's Creed, and I'm like, maybe this looks like they fixed all that crap when you're like jumping to things and climbing, and
That's
interesting to me.
What do you mean crap?
Yeah, that's like Assassin's Creed.
I just like the whole. I don't know. I didn't like. I always felt like I had problems when I like was trying to jump to somewhere, or the controls.
Some of them were finicky with that. Yeah, they got better. I probably flip flop between liking like 2 or Brotherhood or the last one the most. I really liked Syndicate.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the one set in like 1800 London.
Yeah,
And
I didn't get real far in that. I got to the point where I was like in London and started going. I went after somebody and then have not gone back to it, but I definitely want to. I liked where that was going.
Yeah.
But it was one of those, I have 5 other games I'm playing.
Your hideout was a moving train.
Yeah.
How fucking sweet is that?
It's pretty cool.
And I'm bummed going back further that they're getting away. Like I was hoping it was going to go more and more into present day, and I like after having all the mechanical and almost steampunky stuff of Syndicate, that now we're back to like the first one, where there's just almost nothing around you, and I don't know what you're going to do.
Well, but your home base is a moving camel. It's going to be awesome.
That's not as sweet.
You got 2.
You could upgrade that train, and you had carts with different shit going on, and gang members hiding out. It was fucking cool. You had one mission where you were like about to be killed and had to do a jump onto the train. You can't. Camel's not going to have the same oomph.
Hey, 2 humps, man.
I guess you have to upgrade it though to get that other hump.
Get the spit distance from your camel.
Yeah. And and the other thing that I've been kind of bummed that they've gotten away from is I really liked the Desmond stuff, and they've completely fucked it up and ended it really prematurely, or just kind of ended it with a thud. And I wish there was a way they could kind of salvage that story.
It's almost like they forgot that was a part of the game.
Or what they did with him was just so unceremonious that they either forgot or they just didn't know what to do and they wanted to end it. They didn't have any idea to really.
We don't want to end to the story. We just want to keep pumping out these sweet Assassin's Creed games.
I think maybe they didn't know, because all that was leading to what you would think would be a modern day story with Desmond, and I think they just didn't know how to make that work.
Well, and now maybe they're telling you the beginning, so then they can come back around and tell you the end properly.
But they already fucked it up with. I mean, Desmond's. I mean, spoilers. He's not around anymore.
Hey!
Yeah.
Don't do that to me.
And they killed him. So I don't know how you.
Or is he dead?
With a camel.
I mean, maybe.
Did he get run over by a train? Maybe he got pulled out right in time.
I don't remember how he got killed because it was so fucking just a nothing thing. Like they just made him such a meaningless character.
It's kind of like when Han Solo got killed. Was that too soon?
No.
Okay.
I remember playing Battlefront like the day that came out, and people's names were Kylo Ren kills Han.
Yeah.
That's better than what's in PUBG right now. Holy crap, what is wrong with people? I'm like, come on, we can get a little more creative than these words you're saying right now.
Do you have any examples?
No, absolutely not.
You don't want to repeat them?
Will not. No.
Okay.
It's not even creative. It'd be one thing if it's creative and wrong, but it's just wrong.
Yeah.
Just anyway.
Not clever.
So also, I've been playing South Park, the first one, the Stick of Dynamite or whatever it's called, Truth. justice, and the American way. And so I'm kind of excited about this butthole or fractured butthole or whatever, the whole fractured butt superheroes one that they showed at E3. So you can make your like superhero South Park person.
Yeah.
And, I think that'll be fun. So
yeah, I'll totally play that. That first one was really good.
I still have never played it.
You can, that game's been super cheap, so like if you want to hold out, but it's really clever. It's well written.
Yeah, heard it was.
It's decent fun. But the Matt and Trey, I guess, aren't involved with this one, so I wonder if that will diminish some of the writing, because that was, I mean, the combat was fine in the other one, but it was more kind of all the writing in it. There was so much that felt like a show.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get to the twist yet, Brent?
No, not unless it's the vice president.
No, okay, never mind.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
No, actually, I meant to play some today, but then I decided to play PUBG instead.
You're addicted, man.
It's well, it sucks to be addicted to something that you suck so bad at. Not that you suck so bad at, that I suck so bad at.
No, I racked up some kills.
I haven't played in a while.
I don't suck anymore. I haven't either. I haven't played any PC games in a while, really.
What?
All console?
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Switch, just while watching E3. So
I just got this picture of you out back playing some wall ball. It's like, I'm done with PC for a bit, just doing some wall ball, maybe a little bit of racquetball. Anything?
No, not any of that. Not any of that.
Okay.
I've been
pocket pool.
Sitting in the living room watching streams of E3, playing either on the iPad or Switch.
What about Far Cry? That one keeps popping up. Far Cry kills some Christians.
Yeah, they didn't really show much of the gameplay, though, did they?
I've just seen the trailers, so I haven't seen any more gameplay stuff. I think
I might. Some. I like Far Cry games. I
have not played the last two. So oddly enough, like, I'm really interested as to where they take this new one, with it being set in the United States.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious.
That'll be cool. It's one of those games that I'm going to wait till a month till it's after it's out, and it's probably $20-$30.
Sure. Yeah. Not going to pay day one for it, but
no.
I want to check it out.
It
has co-op, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so. All the other ones had like open world kind of thing, right, where you could all jump in and kind of.
I think, but it was like, I think it was like 2 to maybe 2 players. I don't know. I don't know. I never really messed with the multiplayer.
This is the most unsure episode.
Yeah. Irresponsible speculation.
So, speaking of speculation, so what's this with like Sony just kind of like refusing to do any of this cross-platform stuff? Like, everything's like going to be working cross-platform with like Minecraft, PC. It's going to work PC and
Rocket
Xbox
League too,
and Nintendo, right? And Rocket League and PlayStation.
Rocket League.
Nah, we don't want to do that.
Yeah, and I guess I heard Phil Spencer was on Giant Bomb, one of their nightly streams, and he kind of got pissed off when at Sony when it was brought up, because he said that he had to take exception with their reason for not wanting to extend like the Minecraft login stuff to PlayStation, because they were worried about the security of their players.
Right.
And Phil Spencer was kind of like, well, what the fuck? Like, you think that, I take offense to that you imply that we don't care about that.
And it's,
but I
mean, Sony has been the most closed off company. I mean, everything they make is proprietary. It's like, oh, I got a Sony camera, so this battery will only ever work in a Sony camera, and probably not any other ones, just this one, and the cable that goes with it, or
their stupid memory cards for the Vita,
or their stupid memory cards for any of their electronics for the longest time that were like their own proprietary thing that you had to buy their stuff for it, and what surprised me was that, like, when the Vita came out, they came up with some crazy new one that only worked in the Vita.
Yeah. I think it's because I recall Sony back maybe when the PS4 launched talking like they were open to a lot of this stuff. And I do think Rocket League you can play PS4 with PC, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think you can.
I'm pretty sure you could.
I think you're making up.
Or there was some crossover with the Street Fighter versions.
Maybe it was Street Fighter.
Maybe, but I wonder if it's kind of the, they're in first place. They don't have to do much. Kind of like how Microsoft was bullish on a lot of stuff previously.
They're still on the Blu-ray high.
Yeah.
We won that one, bitches. Don't try anything else. Everybody will come to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I confirmed Street Fighter V is crossplay between PS4 and PC.
I think someone just snuck that one through. I think they just didn't notice and were like, son of a bitch.
Well, Final Fantasy 14 is.
Yeah, that one is. And some people are saying, I'm looking like, okay, I could have sworn that Rocket League had PS4 PC crossplay when it launched, or not long after. But now it's okay. Now I'm just finding everything that's specific about PS4 with Xbox.
And maybe
someone
they
is here
hate
saying
Minecraft.
Well, I mean, it's owned by maybe. And someone is saying that you can maybe play Paragon PC, PS4?
Maybe.
No, PS4, PC can play Rocket League together.
No shit.
Yes.
So it's like Sony has a history of allowing cross-platform stuff to happen.
Just not with Xbox.
Just not with Xbox because fuck them, I guess.
Yeah.
They hate them. Or maybe it's they don't want you to be able to No, that's not it. Because the games are on both platforms. They just don't let them multiplayer across. But if one played better than the other one because of their network issues, I don't know. Who knows? They're just being jerks, maybe. But Minecraft, so it's going to be updating to 4K, which doesn't seem like, when I first heard that, I was like, why?
That's a joke.
I
thought that.
And then they showed the super duper graphics pack with basically all the shaders that make Minecraft just look much better.
Look great.
Yeah.
Look colorful.
It's crazy. And plants and water reflects and sun and light bounces off crap brilliantly. So that's
it reminded me of there was a popular mod back in the day that really made Minecraft look like almost something out of like Dr. Seuss.
Shaders.
Yeah, and I always had a bitch of a time getting that running for whatever reason, and I don't remember exactly why, but this kind of reminded me a little bit of that.
Yeah. Well, and all that stuff back then, you had to like actually open the jar file up and like put code in the jar file and it was just like, come on.
Yeah, I remember the room was getting dizzy or spitting, and I'm just like, I don't want to do this. I'm not going to play it. I don't want to commit the time, the mental resources to make this happen. So when I saw that at the press conference, I was like, oh, that looks. I might get me to log into Minecraft, every once in a while.
Minecraft, and then Pubs is coming to Xbox.
Yeah, did you see all the extra added things they're doing to Pubs?
Oh, vaulting and stuff?
Yeah, jumping out of windows.
Jumping and rolling.
Zombie stuff.
I am just going to die that much faster. Now, I don't get the zombie stuff. Is that going to be like in the game or in like a different mode? Because
separate mode, I believe they said.
Okay, because I kind of like not having to deal with zombies. I mean, that's just all DayZ over again.
You want the pure Pubs experience. I would too. I don't need that.
It's like
the game has enough tension. I don't want to deal with anything else like that.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
But
the vaulting and
vaulting out, it's just gonna be more ways for me to die faster.
Mm-hmm.
Oh crap! There he's jumping over me, shooting at me.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump right out of a window into like 3 guys waiting on the other side.
What's up, punks? Yeah,
Oh, with proximity chat though, wouldn't that be sweet if you yell when you do it and you just come blazing, guns blazing out?
Well, I was thinking of
Wild card, bitches.
some shit
It's
on
just
the
been
soundboard.
revoked.
Like I'm just gonna put like motorcycle noises and cars on the soundboard, so when I run into a house, I'll just start playing one of those.
Ooh,
That'd be sweet.
So they start looking out the window, maybe. I don't know,
That would be cool.
but
It'd be great if you could play it in stereo, so it goes like in one ear, out the other, so it makes it sound like it passed.
Just disorient them.
So,
That's sweet.
any other E3 stuff?
I'm trying to think of through the press conferences. A lot of it seemed like, oh, that seems fine.
Yeah.
Like a new Uncharted, I'm like, that seems too soon.
Mm-hmm.
Conan Exiles, bunch of updates there. Gonna get some winter. Winter is coming to there. As well as some other mobs climbing. Big giant. Big squids.
Good to give it some variety with the environment. The scene.
Yeah, I just, I don't know. It's another one of those that I feel like it needs a bunch of people playing at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I could see almost a pubs vibe to it, except for you run around getting spears. Maybe I am playing that game too much.
Yeah.
So like Mario runs around and grabs a bunch of guns.
Yeah.
And you can be Bowser. But yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I can't think of much else.
You get in a Mario Kart and drive to the other castles, and you hide out in the castle, and then you shoot somebody when they come into the room.
Like I was glad to see Metroid Prime, but it was like that game's years away.
Never been huge into Metroid.
I like the Prime games more than the
Did
2D
you?
stuff, which I'm sure people will say is blasphemous, but
Scoff at you.
I thought those games did a great job of establishing mood and like vibe.
Yeah. I think I only ever played the first one, and I played like the first couple 2D Metroids, like in Super Metroid, of course, but yeah, never any of them latched on to me.
Yeah, they're not my favorite series. I just like
They're always something like mechanically, like with the 2D and even the 3D, like they always never felt great.
Yeah.
So I never understood why people like those games.
Yeah. I think I more am focused on Nintendo stuff this year because I'm always interested in what Nintendo's doing, but it seems like the last, like maybe 6, 7, 8 years with the Wii and the Wii U, I wasn't super jacked about the hardware.
Mm-hmm.
So the games looked cool. I'm like, oh, I might get that, but now the Switch is my favorite Nintendo console in a long time. That I want to play stuff on it.
You're just eating it up.
Yeah, so I am excited. I am more excited than I would be if it was like on the Wii U or the Wii.
Yeah.
I remember the Wii just bummed me out because that's when all the other consoles went HD and it just looked like garbage compared to them, and then the Wii U just had a lack of games and just seemed hamstringed by the hardware.
Right.
That like anything that's multi-platform that isn't a console exclusive, I'm probably gonna get it on there just for the portability and playing it like multiplayer more easily. So,
That Skull and Bones. Chelsea.
Oh god, which one was that? Is that the pirate one?
Where you're kind of like in a fleet?
So that's different from Sea of Thieves.
Or maybe I'm getting them mixed up.
No.
I don't think you are, but I don't. I remember Sea of Thieves is the rare designed one that premiered like a year ago that looked cool. Like you get a group of, it's a multiplayer game. You get your pirate crew together and you man the pirate ship and you go around doing shit. And Skull and Crossbones is like the same thing, right?
I mean, it looked like there was multiple ships in your fleet, and then there's multiple fleets that sit there and fight each other, and then the pirate hunters come out like at the end of the game, basically, and you've got to escape them. I don't know. It sounded like really cool at first when it was like the fleet battles and how they were showing that each ship kind of did different things. But then when they just started like adding on like each additional thing, it was like, why can't it just be like a fight till the end? But I think maybe there's issues with fleets not attacking each other maybe at the end, like just trying to stay alive, letting each other. So they're like, well, we got to add something there to force, like a final something to like end the game. But it still just feels like a little too much at the end there.
Yeah.
Maybe have a circle that goes in as the game progresses and forces.
I don't know if that would work in any game. You're a madman.
May work.
I will say, Days Gone is like the most forgettable game to me.
What's Days Gone?
It's the one where it's like fast zombies that swarm on you, and the demo had a guy riding a motorcycle and like a chain taking him off, and zombies attacking him. And I'm already forgetting it as I'm saying it.
I have never heard of it.
I was looking at a list and I remember thinking, oh, that game looks so boring. Oh, I know one other one I'm really pumped for. Detroit Become Human.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those
Heavy Rain
games. Yeah, heavy. I loved Heavy Rain, and this looks cool.
What is it? I'm not.
It is it's kind of it's by, I don't know if you've ever played Indigo Prophecy.
Nope.
But this guy David Cage makes, they're like adventure, almost like point and click games, but they're super high production value. The animations and the faces look really good, and there's a lot of moral choice. So
would you compare it to Firewatch in any way?
Well,
why would you do that?
Not describing it to Brent because I'm trying to make it sound good.
Okay.
And it's where you usually play multiple characters and there's a lot of choices, and one of the big hooks of those games is you can make a choice to one of the characters dies, but the game keeps going and the story changes. And this is set in Detroit, which has led to a lot of heroes making jokes about Detroit. It's about time. It almost looks like Blade Runner setting, and I think the story is that there are tons of robot androids out there, and I think you play one of them, and you either lead a revolution or they're becoming self-aware.
And this is going alone?
No, you mean the name of the game?
Yeah.
No, it's called Detroit Become Human.
Become Human.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I like Heavy Rain. I loved, and I even liked Beyond Two Souls, which I know some people didn't like. Some people don't like Heavy Rain. If you don't like that game, if you like that game style, you do. If you don't, this probably won't change your mind from the looks of it.
Okay.
But it's a PlayStation exclusive.
It's okay. That's what I got. I got PlayStation, baby.
Yeah.
You could totally play this.
Yeah, you can totally play it.
Might get far.
And Heavy Rain is out on PlayStation 4. They did a version of that, and that's a really good, dark thriller, like about a serial killer.
Heavy Rain?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That might be.
That's
cool.
a good
I'm looking
one.
for some
I
stuff
like that
to play with my wife. She wants to play some games and drink some beers.
It's a good story one, as long as there's some pretty heavy stuff that goes on.
She can handle that.
Okay, like I know Slurms can't, so I just have to preface
it.
Well, in the I guess going back to E3, one of the games that I don't know if it annoys me or what, but it's was it Crew 2? No, there was one. Where's the one with all the racing? It has racing cars, racing planes.
Oh no, that's Crew.
Oh, is that Crew? Well, there was one that's just like too much. Like, okay, we don't need to race everything. Like that means everything's going to be probably a little sucky. Like, let's focus on one vehicle type.
I think the Crew 2 is the one featuring planes as well now.
Yeah,
planes,
like focus on
boats and
jack of all trades, master of none, like that type of thing.
Like I'm okay. Like stick with the all land vehicles. Like, get those physics. Then add in.
I will say I kind of liked the first crew.
It's not bad.
It was. I thought it was better than I thought it would be, and it was. I liked kind of the loot stuff for the cars, and it had a really dumb story, which I kind of liked, especially for an MMO. Like, it was weird to have a single player story in the MMO.
Yeah,
I think that's all I played because like the beta part of it. So just the first story part, I guess.
Yes, right around Detroit. And it was funny, like, you're driving from Toledo to Detroit, and you're there in like 40 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I've driven that. Fast. Yeah. Or you're like by Cedar Point, I think, going to Detroit. Like, that takes 2 hours. Shut up.
Yeah.
Oops.
So, anything else?
I think that's my E3.
Yeah.
E3. So y'all want to go
there's still so much that I need to like go through and watch and read about games.
Say, are we going next year?
Yeah, let's all go to E3 next year.
I don't think I want to deal with that.
It's now open to the public, apparently.
There were a limited number of tickets, and it sounded like from the people who have been there years and years, kind of like, I don't know why they would pay for this. Like, it's just it's hard time seeing anything. The lines were crazy for them. Yeah, I'd rather spend that money on another con or something.
PAX.
Yeah, PAX. Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Something. Well, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pack it in, folks. I think it's time to get the fuck out of here.
You heard him.
I said the words. Get the fuck out of here. I said the words. Get the fuck out of here.